Hello, fifth grade, and welcome to the 28th week of distance learning. We're going to take a look at our first math lesson today. So pull out your math packet. It has a toucan at the top with the question mark above his head, number 5 at the bottom. Today we're going to be learning how to multiply proper fractions and then express them in lowest terms. Okay, so last week we did cover how to multiply proper fractions. Now today we're adding a step of expressing them in lowest terms. Let's take a look at our first example. Let's say that we've got 4 fifths times 1 fourth. Okay? Now, there's two ways that we can go about this. The first way is to just multiply straight across. Let's do that first. 4 times 1 is 4. Good. 5 times 4 is 20. All right, now last week you would have been done at 4 over 20, but today we're going to simplify. So let's look at our multiplication chart and let's look. 4 over 20. Actually, let me insert this in our whiteboard so we can draw on it. All right, let's go to the 4 column. Let's circle the number 4. Let's circle the number 20. Do you see 20 below it? Doot, doot, doot. There it is. 4 over 20. Now, I go all the way to the left until I'm at the gray bar. Doot, 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 doot. 20 becomes a 5. Doot, 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 doot. 4 becomes a 1. So 4 over 20 can be simplified to be 1/5. 4 over 20 gets simplified to be 1/5. And that's my answer. That's in lowest terms, right? Because the number 1 is smaller than 4. The number 20 is smaller than 5. 1/5. All right, let's take a look at another way to do this problem. Same problem as before. We're going to say 4 fifths times 1 over 4. Okay? The first method was called simplify my answer. This method is going to be called simplify before you multiply. So what I do is I look at my numbers crisscross style. 4 and 4. What is 4 divided by 4? 4 divided by 4 is 1. So I can get rid of both 4's and turn them into the number 1. Let's look at 1 and 5. Can 1 and 5 be simplified? Well, what's 5 divided by 1? It's still 5. And I can't do 1 divided by 5. So I keep that the same. Now I multiply across. 1 times 1 is 1. 5 times 1 is 5. What did I get as my answer? 1/5. Is that the same answer I got using the other method? You bet. All right, fifth grade, so what do you see? Two methods. Both of them will get you the same answer. Let's take a look at one more problem, this time a little bit harder. This time also using both methods. Okay? Let's take a look at 1 over 42. And I'm going to multiply that by 6 over 7. All right, so if I take, and I'm just going to multiply straight across. Okay, 1 times 6 is 6. 42 times 7, that's going to be a little bit too hard for me to do in my head. So down at the bottom, I'm going to do some two-step multiplication. 2 times 7 is 14. Write down the 4, carry the 1. 7 times 4 is 28. Plus 1 is 29. So you get 294. Now, you might be looking at your tens chart, and you might go to the sixth column and see, whoa, 294 isn't in there. Nope, it's not in there. So the way I have to simplify it this time is I have to use division. Okay, let's get rid of my two-step down here, and I'm going to divide. I'm going to put 294 in the box. I'm going to put 6 outside of the box. I'm going to do a little bit of division. 6 in the 2, nope. 6 in the 29, yes. How many times? 4 times. 4 times 6 is 24. Divide, multiply, subtract. You see, this is why we did the division unit before doing this. 5, bring down the 4. 54 divided by 6 is 9. 9 times 6 is 54. 0. So what do I do with that 49 now? Well, 49 now becomes my new denominator. My numerator, well, ask yourself, what's 6 divided by 1, or 6 divided by 6? 6 divided by 6 is 1. So this one gets simplified to be 1 over 49. Let's take a look at how to do this very same problem using the other method, where I simplify before I multiply. Okay, let's set up the same problem. 1 over 42 times 6 over 7. Now before I multiply, let's ask myself, 1 and 7, can that be simplified? No, it can't, because 1 is the simplest number you can get, right? So I can't simplify that one. I'm going to keep it as 1 and 7. What about 6 and 42? Can that be simplified? Yes, it can. Let's look at our tens charts. Let's go to 6. 42 divided by 6 is what? 7. 42 divided by 6 is 7. 6 divided by 6 is 1. So now I have a new problem, and I'm actually going to rewrite it this time so you guys can see it a little more clearly. 1 over 7 times 1 over 7. Okay? When I get rid of the black numbers I crossed off, I'm left with 1/7 times 1/7. All right, let's multiply across now. 1 times 1 is 1. 7 times 7 is 49. All right, so what I hope you notice is that this method, simplifying before I multiply, makes it a bit easier because I didn't have to do two-step multiplication. I didn't have to do long division. I just had to know my math facts really well. But if you really struggle with your math facts and you had a hard time seeing that 42 divided by 6 gets you 7, then you might have to do the first method where you just multiply straight across, working everything out, and then simplifying when you're done. Either way, I still got the same answer of 1 over 49. All right, put that into practice today on toucan fraction number 5.